Okay, these meteorites are coming in on the day of the Lord from this planet right here, Nibiru, whose tail has got 1 trillion meteorites in it that is going to crash to the earth in a couple of months. And this is the sound that you're going to hear. Even the small ones like this make a huge noise that sounds similar to a car crash. And that was a larger one, as you saw the smoke in the sky, and we'll see the results of a small one.
A loud crash outside. There's a car crash or something. That was loud. You see smoke.
So this guy's gonna walk up on a meteorite, you know, the size of a 50-cent piece, but look at all the damage that it did. And we got trillions of these that's finna pound the earth. Look at the fire. That fire is not going out, you know, and it's in dirt and it ain't going out. So we got trillions of these finna hit the earth, and you know, people is rejoicing to see the day of the Lord. Look at this. Just that little thing, if it hits you, it's gonna be so much pain. I mean, that little thing right there might just destroy you. That's all it takes. And these things are supposed to be 70 pounds and more, 70 talents, says the scriptures. Now we're gonna get into a larger one. This is a larger one, and then we'll see the damage that a larger meteorite can do when it hit the earth. So just like I said, it's going to be a loud boom with these, and then all of a sudden, you know, fire and destruction. So around that size you get something like this, maybe a little bit bigger than this, but look at how that thing is burning. And I keep trying to tell you, these are fires from hell. Fires from hell. That's what it is. And they just continuously burn. You can spray that with a fire extinguisher. That is not going out, folks. It will not go out. Okay, now let's get into a bigger one. So if you get something around this size right here, imagine the noise and the boom that it's going to make when it hits the earth. And then you got something like this.
Вот такой вот метеорит, ребята. Делаем фото специально для Comedy Club. Вот так вот. Да. Дела. Тут такая вот всякая шняга. Непонятное вообще что-то такое лежит. Горит, главное, так знатно. Может, это что-нибудь вообще вредное, мы тут стоим, облучаемся. Зато видео снимем. Че, родителям покажем.
Now, like I said, 1 trillion of these is going to pound the earth into powder, says Revelations. Now you get something this big coming down. And I'm just trying to make you understand the day of the Lord and this fiery mess that's finna come upon the earth. Look at this. What are we gonna do with that, folks? What if that was your house or your neighborhood right here? Can you not see that that's hell? Can't you see that hell is coming? You know, this is fire and brimstone for real. I don't know what kind of joyous Christian mentality y'all got, but like I said, I've been serving the Lord for, you know, 2 decades, and this is a fearful moment for me. I see you guys, you know, clapping and hurrahing and then filled with joy over this coming. We have to experience this. We got to hear all those booms. And you know how many booms it's gonna be? This earth gonna be shaking like fucking hell, and we're gonna be scared shitless, folks. So I don't know what to tell you after this, except for, you know, that y'all should repent, because you cannot do the fire of hell. You cannot. And basically this is coming, and I don't believe anybody is really ready, or the sites that we're about to see. Raptor News.
If this NASA scientist is right, we might only have a few months left before it's all over, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's right. I'm going to show you this article right here. I mean, it's on the internet, so it's got to be true. And everything is correct on the internet. I saw an article headline, so, oh my gosh, the world is about to end. I mean, the article looks legit, the website looks nice, and I mean, well, I don't know what to say about the actual reporting itself, but what I'm going to do, you guys, and I'm just being facetious here for a minute because it amazes me how people get so freaked out sometimes over headlines and they don't even read the articles. And then when they do read the articles, because the writer puts them together in a way to where you really have to keep track of what they're saying, otherwise they'll kind of discombobulate things and create these new monsters and boogeymen. Well, somebody reached out to me and said, look, can you please tell me if you think this article is legit? I said, sure, no problem. So it took me a few days because I've been very busy. So I just took a look at it. I'm going to break this down now and show you guys how good the media does spinning things. And not just the mainstream media. I mean, we're talking little tiny mom and pop shop type deal. I'm not going to say mom and pop shop. That's kind of an old term. Let's use the verbiage basement news websites that some people feel is the absolute truth. That's one of the reasons myself is, me personally, I'm very careful with claiming things to be fact. I say do your own research, come up with your own conclusion. This is the evidence that has presented itself to me thus far. So anyway, I'm going to share this article with you and a few other articles. There's this comet that's been discovered, and the media is having a heyday on it. Then this person claims that one specific person from NASA claims that we're due for a world extinction level event type catastrophe because an asteroid's eventually going to hit us, and we're 16 million years overdue essentially. So I'm going to shut my video off now and share this information with you. This is absolutely frightening. I'm so scared right now. I'm thinking about going inside and having another cup of coffee after I get done with this podcast. That's how freaked out I am about it. Okay, so here's the article. If this NASA scientist isn't wrong, 2017's got a month left. So what happens? Well, that gets picked up with search engines. Then it's going to get picked up on specific conspiracy forums, and people come up with their own conclusions. Now, if you do the actual reading of this article, it talks about a person by the name of Dr. Joseph Nuth. And this gentleman has got a ton of accolades. I mean, very, very intelligent person. He works with NASA, the Goddard Space Flight Program or agency, and he discovered this comet right here. And, well, I'm sorry, he didn't discover this. I take that back. He didn't discover this. This was discovered by NeoWise. It's a project you can actually get involved with, but I'm going to just show you some of these images here. So the way this article is essentially put together is they take a bit of what Dr. Joseph said, essentially. He did say that Earth is due for an extinction level event. So virtually every mainstream news and conspiracy forum that had an opportunity to get their hands on this material posted it as quick as possible. But what happens is different websites, such as this one right here, the person that wrote this together, and I don't even, I'm not knocking this person by any means. I just think I'm actually more knocking people that will read a headline and then come up with their own conclusion and then freak out 10 other people that they know, and then those 10 people freak out 10 people that they know, and then everybody gets freaked out and thinks the end of the world is going to happen. And then you go outside and you look at Venus, and you think that Venus is Nibiru, or you think that Venus is too bright, so Nibiru must be around the corner and everybody's going to die in a week or two. Buy a telescope, punch in the software. You can pick up software that's old, that hasn't been updated recently. Type in Venus. It'll take you to that bright star in the sky that sets or that rises in the west. That star helped me get home the other night, by the way, when I got lost out in the Guadalupe Mountains National Park, which was awesome, by the way. And I'm digressing again. So, yes, it's Venus. It's that simple. And then you look at images where somebody will take a picture that'll be zoomed in X amount percent, X 100, 200%, whatever, 2,000%, 20,000%. It doesn't really matter. You look at this image that's zoomed in, and it looks like a transparent orb that has holes in it. Well, that's because of the equipment and the magnification of the object. It looks great with my telescope. I picked my telescope up for less than $1,000. And I can see it. I can see the eclipse type sensation that it has. The first time I saw it, I didn't know what it was, so I left I asked some questions on a YouTube video that I did and said, what is it? And people said, well, that's natural with Venus. You're going to see that eclipse like you will with the moon. I said, okay, I feel like a dork now, but thank you for sharing. That's what we do. We ask questions, we get the information, and then we go with it. Yet, when we come up with all these ridiculous conclusions because we see a transparent orb, and then we think it's Nibiru, and then we all, gather together and say, what are we going to do? There's this giant transparent orb in the sky, and the chemtrails are making that invisible, but then we can see all the other stars and all the other planets. I mean, let's use some logical sense here. So, in regards to this specific article, let's go back over to this comet that was discovered, and it's pretty big. I mean, the thing's about the size. It's anywhere from 0.3 to 0.6 miles in width. And you can look at the trajectory here, the charts of it. And it's going to be, according to these charts, the closest at about 30 plus million miles away from the Earth. That's a long way away. So I don't think it's something that we have to worry about personally. Yes, could they be fudging the numbers? Absolutely. There's a lot of these out there that we haven't discovered yet. I get it. Absolutely. Yet, instead of worrying about something that's 33 million miles away and just reading a headline and getting freaked out about it, let's do our own homework, our own due diligence. And I'm sure 99% of the time, approximately, things are going to be a lot better than we assume. We are intelligent people. We have access to tools and equipment and knowledge and resources now that weren't available 10, 20 years ago. We just have to look for it. Now, at the same time, I appreciate conspiracies. I love a good conspiracy. It's fun. And oftentimes, it's a lot funner to think about the possibilities because that gets your synapses going, they get your adrenaline going, your body starts, just the juices start flowing, essentially. You guys know what I'm talking about. And, this is the gentleman in reference, Dr. Joseph Nuth, very intelligent person. I started reading through all of the accolades and awards and education that this person has. Very intelligent. And there certainly might be an extinction level event on the horizon. I mean, there probably always is that possibility. And I'm sure there's technologies available, like we had Alexander on the other day from Israel talking about 6th generation nuclear weapons where something the size of a golf ball can essentially blow up a planet. So, is an asteroid due to crash into the Earth, sparking mass tsunamis? Yeah, sure, why not? Is it going to happen? I don't know. What do you think? Are you really worried about it? And if you are, what are you doing about it? Maybe if you are that nervous about it, get prepared for it. Those hours and hours a day that you spend blogging about transparent orbs that are magnified 30,000 times so that bright star in the sky can't be Venus, well, and that's going to cause destruction. Well, maybe take half of that time and start building yourself some type of storage shelter, figure something out, get some skills. Get some product, put those together. Or, do what you feel is important. I mean, if you feel it's important to look at those orbs that are transparent and magnifying 20,000 times, so you think that Venus can't be real now in the sky and that's got to be Nibiru, hey man, that's cool. Everybody's different. Everybody's got their own unique approach and flavor on things. So if you really feel that's the case, then right on, go with it. But oftentimes I feel that people just kind of get stuck in that hysteria where they start doing these cyclical dances in La La Land and are their own. They're chasing their own tail, essentially. People oftentimes chase their own tail. I did it for years. I still do it sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm certainly not perfect by any means. Far from it. I'm just trying to give some recommendations because I've had many people reach out to me with news articles and links saying, is this legit? You know, and then you read the article, and if you just do any discernment. I mean, here's another thing, too. I looked up this guy, Dr. Doiman Darren Zakharovic, which is supposedly a Russian astronomer. And he was also a part of this article that says this asteroid that supposedly, you know, this asteroid that's going to be about 30 million miles away from Earth at its closest point. Well, according to him, that's a lie. And basically, it's going to cause these mass tsunamis. It's going to hit the Earth, and there's going to be millions dead. I can't even find this guy. All I can find is a whole bunch of articles that have been rehashed with that name. I mean, I don't even think this person exists. I mean, look at this. There is no validation for this guy. Who is he? I mean, I could be wrong. He could be on page 7. I don't know. I just haven't been able to find him yet. I find that very interesting. So we'll go back to this asteroid here again for a second that's supposedly going to, you know, cause this mass tsunami. And this is it right here, you guys. Over 30 million miles away. And, of course, the mainstream media picks up with it, the conspiracy forums. That's my rant. And just keep in mind, while people freak out over transparent orbs in the sky or a picture of Venus that's been magnified 30,000 times, well, while people are worried about that, let me show you some real possible situations and events that are unfolding right now. Like, how about Fukushima? That's an ongoing event. We don't talk about that very much anymore, do we? Well, you can pull up here on the more details link, and I find this very interesting. It is catastrophic. This is absolutely catastrophic. It even says it right there. The highest level available, damage level, catastrophic. This has been ongoing since 2011. We're in its 6 years now, almost 6 years. And number of affected people, 0 dead, 0 injured, 0 missing, 0 evacuated, 0 affected, 0 foreign people. Yet it's catastrophic, and we all know that needs to be updated. So if you hit on the description here, you can see that it hit 530 sieverts per hour at one spot. And I've got people leaving comments in the comment section saying that I'm completely a fearmonger because I pointed this out, and that nuclear energy is safer than coal and it's better for the environment than coal and solar and wind power. And even though it only produces 10% of the energy that the world uses, we need it all. So I'm just a fearmonger, ladies and gentlemen, because nuclear energy is absolutely good for you, according to this. I mean, how about the people you hear about and read some comments? Supposedly people just like to drink plutonium. And they, I guess that's readily available for some people to be able to just drink plutonium and uranium and swim around in it, and they're just fine, no big deal, according to these comment sections. I think we need to do a podcast soon on the 10 most retarded. I'm sorry, I'm not going to use that term anymore. The 10 most ridiculous comments on YouTube. They're probably on the Leak Project channel. So anyway, this is my rant, ladies and gentlemen, and also I want to let you know, support our sponsors. I handpicked the best of the best, stuff that actually works and is effective, like GetTheTea.com. Talk about a plethora of natural health products. I know Ronnie personally. He formulates a lot of this stuff. It is creme de la creme. This stuff actually works. It helps. It's good for you. Also, if you're interested in precious metals, check out Noble Gold Investments. Great product, great price, great service. Also, check out foodforliberty.com/RexBear if you're interested in 25-year plus shelf life foods that are organic, non-GMO, a whole bunch of different liquid vitamins and supplements there as well. And make sure to use the code LEAKPROJECT, please, when you do purchase these products. Thank you for your support. Have a wonderful day. Question everything. And be the change you want to see.
That we've showed you on another video some time back. And this has come in from Dreadhead Sound. And thank you for sending this in. So let's flick through this footage and show you a close zoom in piece of evidence that those interstellar starships are out there. About 200 years away from us, orbiting our planet Earth. And towards the end of the footage, there's an Air Force craft, and there's 2 UFO objects that's hiding behind those chems and clouds. So again, thank you for sending this in, and let's view the footage. Okay, look at the size of this thing. It's absolutely amazing and spectacular that it's up there in space. Look at the detail of this object. It's definitely a craft. And these images have been enhanced. And they're out there in space. Again, I believe that these beings, whoever they are, whatever they are, they know that Nibiru is coming in. They can see those heavenly planets coming in towards our own solar system now. Can you see on this piece of footage as well those objects that are with that craft? As it's zooming in, you can see that there's an object right in front above that plane. Fantastic images, and thank you for sending this in to us. You can see clearly that there's an object up there. These images have come in by Justin in the northwest of the UK, and he is saying that the moon is too bright for the morning sky. Now, we have seen the moon before, haven't we? Okay, and it's a lot bigger than this, isn't it? It's like a huge celestial rock that's out there in the above Earth's atmosphere, that's way out there. But you can clearly see that this is too shiny, and we have seen this shininess on the Alaska cams and also the Mexico cams. There is a heavenly body that's out there that's reflecting so brightly, brightening up our skies all the time. And this heavenly body, I mean, we're all going to see it, aren't we? Because the lightness of the skies has changed as well. If you look at the building there, it just looks dim, doesn't it, and dull. We're getting these different colour reflections. So again, Justin, thank you for this, and I'll show you another one of your images. This image clearly shows that the moon is reflecting too brightly, especially in the morning skies. I mean, there is something causing this. I know the sun is in its solar maximum now with those coronal holes, and it's just evident that when we see on that NASA Ustream cams, we see the different reflections. We see different colours that's reflecting on the Earth. Huge radiation problem out there as well. And we saw Venus some time back, bright, very bright in the sky. So something is coming in. The system is very much coming in towards our Earth now. The rapture is getting closer. So again, Justin, thank you for this. Here's another image that you can see there. It seems to be getting bigger. I mean, look at it. It's so bright up there, isn't it? It's important again to look at the moon because we are seeing strange colours and reflections coming off it now. And the moon seems to be very low some nights and then very high. It's just erratic, isn't it? So it'd be very interesting again to look out on the 21st of August 2017 to watch that eclipse, to see what else we can find up there as well. And also, please again, when you see that eclipse, bring the images in and we will show every single one of us the images that are going to be spectacular. I just know it. So thank you again for this image. Here again, that Mike Carmelini has sent in some fresh images, just come in seconds ago. I mean, these are absolutely spectacular, where you can see those chemtrails, okay, and these strange cloud formations, and there's a reflection coming from Wormwood. There is, oh, you could see these red, strange reflections on these clouds, not from our sun. Please don't be fooled that these are from our sun, because they are not. They are from another light source up there in the heavens. You can clearly see the images on the screen, can't you? Of these formations, these colours, and these are the colours that we need to keep an eye on, because the changes are so much here now. The Earth's magnetic field is weakening, and we are seeing some strange sightings up there in the heavens. So again, Mike, thank you for sending these images in. These are fantastic. I mean, again, look at these strange cloud formations. That pink haze in the sky. We need to watch out for all of this because the atmosphere, everything is changing up there now. Another spectacular image coming from Mike. Look at the cloud formation, the pink reflection on it as well. I believe there's a lot of toxins up there and we need to prepare for this, don't we? So just spectacular. Thank you again, Mike. It just gets better. I mean, look at this. Very strange formations up in the skies of a mixture of different chemicals. And again, the Earth's magnetic field is twisted. It really is. There's a huge pole shift that's coming, and we will see the signs in the skies and around us. And it will be a crustal shift. I've read a book and documents as well, and it just now all the surroundings have changed, haven't they? So again, fantastic image, Mike. Here's the last image from Mike. I mean, spectacular. And again, we had a good long chat this afternoon, and we need to just continue doing our work because all of you are sending in some fantastic images, and that's now moved to another set of images. These next images are coming from a brilliant subscriber from Julia, and Julia's from Kansas, and you can clearly see those lowered chemtrails. There's a brightness in the sky and a haze down below on the ground, and those trees are being affected, but you can see clearly that there's a cloaking device, and these HARP controlled clouds are covering everything, this brightness in the sky. So again, thank you, Julia. Again, you can see clearly that those are chems on the horizon, and the natural clouds are just being burnt away all the time. So again, just, I mean, these are spectacular images that are being brought in. Another load of chemtrails that are up in the skies. I mean, this kind lady subscriber said that she saw these 10 military planes spraying the skies, and then an hour and a half later she saw this, just blocking up the skies. So humanity, don't wake up to the truth, as we all need to now. Keep our eyes up there to the skies. These next set of images have come in by a kind subscriber called Sabaja, and they're in Europe, and also the Europeans are seeing those strange skies again as well. Some parts of Italy. I mean, look at the sun that's being covered, and that dark patch of chems that don't move in the sky, and that yellow haze. Toxins that are just being produced up there to hide the truth. You can clearly see that disc if you look very closely to the bottom corner here. That disc. Now this disc is covering everything, and it's dimming our land in front of the sun, so we don't get to see the system. It's only going to be a short time until they mess up, and we are all going to see it. So again, thank you again for sending these in. This is a fantastic image of a HARP cloud. HARP produces these clouds. I mean, look at it, the ripples in the sky. It's a total mess, but I mean, these clouds are just to hide those objects that are incoming now. Anything, all the trash that's being pulled through out there in the inner solar system is being covered now. So again, it's a point now that we need to, please, we got to try and sort something out, because we're breathing this in 24/7. Our families are breathing all this in as well. I mean, look at it. It's just a mess. So thank you again for these true spectacular images that we're catching up in the skies. I mean, all of you are doing this now, and this is fantastic. This kind subscriber is using a high definition camcorder, and look at this on a still shot. Look how those chems work. Look at the haze. Look at the trash. And the natural clouds are just being burnt away. So thank you for sending these in. These are absolutely stunning to prove that these trails, this trash, is out there now in our atmosphere. Can you see how these chemtrails and all this trash and these HAARP clouds are destroying the trees, the plant life? And the sun is very much different. Look how dark it is on this image. It's far too dark for 1 PM. I mean, it does get dark, and it's just showing and proving that it gets dark at these times all across the world. And the sun is white hot. Look at it, it's beaming white, not yellow anymore. And you can see a very thin reflection of pinkness on those chemtrails. I mean, these are outstanding, and thank you for sending these in to show the world. These spectacular images were brought in again by Catty Monahan, and she's another part of the USA, and she says that there was a light source, there was a movement, like a strange movement behind those chemtrails. And you can see this line here, can't you? Just here. It was moving, an object behind those chems and all that trash. I'm going to show you another image what she's done here. Again, you can see now that there's some sort of round object that's there in the centre of the screen behind those trails. And she could see it slowly moving when she was taking these photos. So again, Catty, you are really close to the truth, and thank you again for sending these in, because it looks like the same object I saw going down on the horizon. Just absolutely spectacular. Northeast. And it was 4 PM. So Catty, thank you. Just absolutely stunning. Here's the image in normal colour. I mean, you can just see that there's an object there. It was going down. I mean, look at that. It's there, isn't it? Just absolutely stunning. I mean, people are seeing other objects out on the horizons. Just people with a good eye. You're all awake to this, and it's amazing. Thank you. Catty said on this image as well, there was a lot of movement here, a lot of strange activity, a lot of movement that was moving around and down through these chems. I mean, if all this trash wasn't here, we would see something, wouldn't we? And I believe again they are cloaking the skies to stop us from seeing any sort of activity that's happening up there now. Also on this last image, this kind subscriber said there was a flash and the skies lit up and then it just faded off, and then everything seemed to have gone downwards. Something else in the evening dark sky there. Totally amazed. So again, thank you for this, and thank you for your long email that you sent in about this this object that you saw in the sky. So big respect to you too. And if you get any more images, please send them in, Catty. Just as we were speaking then, Catty's just sent another few images in. Now, she took these beforehand, okay, and she is very shocked and fascinated at what she saw today. An object that was on another side of the skies, west, and she could see an object. Again, behind those chemtrails, there was a lot of movement there as well. So again, thank you very much for these images, and let's now move on to other images from brilliant subscribers that are out there sending them in. Again, we have some fantastic images coming through from Dawn Taylor. I mean, look at those skies, look at the chems above, and look at that yellow haze. I mean, that pink reflection is getting much stronger now, isn't it? And also, we will see Nibiru. We will see it. As they keep spraying our skies to cover it, the more that we want to see it. So, again, thank you, Dawn. These are amazing. More and more chemtrails to block our eyes, to stop us from seeing the truth, to keep the hidden situation from us. These incoming planets, Nibiru, Hellion and Nemesis, these objects are out there. And again, there's been more earthquakes, 200 reported in the last 24 hours, 5.6s. I mean, it's going up, isn't it? And also, I mean, if you look down here, you can see this reflection as the sun is going down, and this light source here. I mean, this red reflection is from another heavenly body. So again, I'm going to move to another image from Dawn. These are fantastic. It just gets stranger every day, doesn't it, with these toxins, these clouds. I mean, look at the state of the sky here. I mean, there is definitely a red reflection from another heavenly body that's reflecting there. Two colours. You've got the yellow of the sun going down, and you've got that red reflection of a heavenly body in front of it. So again, fantastic. So again, thank you for all these kind images that everybody sent in, because it's good to get together and do this, because we are now seeing the skies from all other parts of the world, aren't we? I mean, look at the mixture on this screen. You shouldn't be seeing any trash up there, but they do this to stop you from seeing that huge body, Nibiru. Look at the pink reflections mixed with those chemtrails. So again, Dawn, thank you for sending these in, and I'll move on to another subscriber's images. Okay, again, I've just checked my emails and I've noticed that Dawn has just this moment sent these in. I mean, these are spectacular. Okay, you can see that rainbow effect up there. Those chemtrails, the sky is now a silvery haze, the sun is white hot, it's not yellow anymore, and look at that pink reflection here on the screen. There's something there, isn't there, behind those chems? Look at the multicolours behind the chemtrails up there. These are amazing images. You can see the changes, and there is a red reflection from another heavenly body up there. They can't hide it so much now. It's coming, it's here. So, I mean, these are brilliant images, and we're getting the truth out, aren't we? And we need to share these images and show people around the world what we're seeing. I mean, look at this. It's an outstanding image. Look at it. It is perfect, isn't it? I mean, can you see clearly? This is showing you the evidence that the skies have changed, and also proving that this object is reflecting up there in the heavens. They've not properly chemtrailed this part of the sky. You can just see clearly that the sky is changing. You can see that there's a heavenly body that's reflecting up there in the heavens. Nibiru is reflecting now towards our Earth. We are seeing the trash, we are seeing this red haze in the skies behind those chems. And again, I said before many a time, when the moon eclipses the sun, we get this rainbow effect, but this is spectacular. It's coming in now. Look at it. It's very, very red and very strange looking, isn't it? We've got objects up there, and they're reflecting now. The time is getting close. I mean, look at this image as well. Very, very clear. You've got that black chemtrail that's hiding. It does this with the sun, but it's hiding an object. Look at it. It's like wings in the sky. Can you see the trash that's behind this with the sun? It's very much evident that there's something out there. I know that the chemtrails do try and cool the atmosphere down because of the coronal holes from the sun, the solar activity, but also they cover the truth as well, because Nibiru is a real object that's incoming. Okay, Hellion is a real object as well, and they travel with Nemesis. These objects are heading very close now, and we're seeing very strange formations and colours and patterns in the sky that we have never seen before. So again, Dawn, these are very, very spectacular, and thank you for sending these in. Here's another image that Dawn took a picture of. I mean, look at it. You can see that black cloud still moving in the sky, and also those strange reflections. I believe that Dawn's caught Nibiru. I really do, because I can see, and also Dawn too can see, that there is a round object and there's wings with it. It's with and travelling with our sun. We see this reflection coming from the opposite side as well. And all of you that are watching the channel can see that there is a strange colour up there in the heavens. So again, I will show you another image. Here's the other image, and we look at it very clearly. When them chemtrails move out of the way, you can see that haze from the sun, and also that pattern in the sky, I believe to be Nibiru. I mean, can you see this very clearly? Now this is a very similar shape that I saw going down on the horizon. This red colour in the sky with these wings. Can you see this? I mean, look at this gap here. There's something that's going down. It's very, very clear there, isn't it? But they chemtrail as well to hide the haze. I mean, look at this colour here. Something, I mean, look at it. It's spectacular, but it's there. It's there now, right in front of us. Here's the other image. I mean, it's blowing me away, these images are, because I've enhanced them and I've checked through them. And it's up there, isn't it? It's very strange, and it's there. So, again, I mean, these are amazing. I'll show you one last image of this excellent subscribers images. I mean, these are fantastic. I mean, let's give out a big respect to Dawn Taylor. These are absolutely amazing images. So thank you again for these. And I've still got loads of images to go through. I've got mountains of emails from you, all of you, and I will bring out all your images to videos. Now it's a weekend, I've got time on my hands. So thank you again for all these. And I will do another video tomorrow, 2 videos, okay? And get these images out there. So respect to all of you, and please have a safe weekend. And I'll be back to you again tomorrow from Matt Rogers.